Hey guys, it's Atia Towns coming at you with a What Am I Reading Wednesdays on Thursday. For 2 days, I had no internet, so I apologize, Miss Duffy, and everyone else looking for these reviews on Wednesday. It should have been out Tuesday night, and I went dark. Sorry about that. However, Miss Duffy, here's your long-awaited review of The Gunfighter and The Gear Head. Cassandra Duffy is the writer, the author of this. Let me read the back real quick. An apocalyptic alien invasion set humanity on the edge of extermination. Unable to match the technology with the invaders, humanity bet their existence on their physical strength overcoming. In a desperate last stand by the world's greatest scientists, the cataclysm electromagnetic pulse wiped out all technology on the planet, straying the aliens on Earth, effectively locking them in a cage with the beast of humanity that remained. Using pre-industrial weapons of war, the surviving humans fought back. 6 years later, Gyo, the self-proclaimed last pilot on Earth, was shot down yet again. She finds herself in the unwelcoming post-apocalyptic Old West town of Tombstone, the guest of the beautiful gunfighter Fiona with a turbulent history. Their budding romance hits an immediate snag when Fiona's mysterious past finally catches up with her, bringing with it old flames, hot grudges, and a rekindling of war with aliens that had cooled to a stalemate. Sky Captain Gyo and her fleet of steam-powered dirigibles are humanity's best chance to turn the tide of war against the alien invaders, but only if Fiona can protect her from blind cultists, jealous ex-girlfriends, and a town of apocalypse cowboys with suspect humanity. Oh, suspect sanity. Woo-hoo. Alright, sorry about that. Okay, so let's start with Gyo and Fiona, because they're the main characters here. Gyo is this uber-intelligent dirigible pilot. She made her own dirigible, which in plain English is like a weaponized blimp. She made also her assistant, which is named Ramen, who is like a robot with an upside-down walk for a head, and he's got little propeller blades, and he's solar-powered, so at night he conveniently shuts down. And what else can I say about Miss Gyo? She's Korean, she's petite, she has purple hair, and has loads of submissive tendencies. That's how I can really explain her. Fiona, on the other hand, is this tall, lanky, ex-Victoria's Secret supermodel turned raging biatch gunfighter. She's like this total badass, and she's really dominant, and she's really dominant, yet she has a lot of insecurity issues because all her past relationships, the women have been infinitely more intelligent, she claims. Which is, you know, not bad for her, considering she always chooses these strong, smart women. It's pretty awesome, in fact. However, they're, like the book says, there's been some relationship issues. One of them being that the gang Fiona was involved in before she came to Tombstone, they're called the Raven Ladies. They were set up as a three-headed beast: the Red Queen, the White Queen, and the Black Queen. Think of a chessboard and you'll understand that. Apparently she dated the Red Queen, and I don't know if she read she dated the Red Queen. I think she also dated the White Queen. I'll have to look that up again, but I do know that their names were Veronica and Carolyn, and it's kind of a toss-up between who's the biggest biatch here, because both of them backstabbed Fiona in the end just because they were still mad at her. So, of course, Gyo having to be the submissive person and the strong one who's like fucking genius and stuff like this, she has to deal with all that. And seeing as the aliens have been there for 6 years and she's only like mid-20s, most of her adult life has been fighting these creatures off and not really having time to be in a real relationship. So this being the first relationship she's ever had, she's not really sure how to proceed here. Which kind of puts her, that makes her a little bit more human, because she doesn't know how to handle a relationship, but she can build anything, build and fix anything. So that's cool. But what I don't like about this story is that there's a lot of stuff going on here. The blind cultists, alright, so they're waiting for some kind of rapture, for lack of a better word, and they believe that everybody who is sighted or something like that is going to like burn in hell and all about salvation. It's some bullshit. I can tell you right now, I could do without the cultists in this story. I have absolutely no feelings, but they didn't have to be there. I'll just be honest. I don't even know why. I don't even know how to sugarcoat that. They didn't have to be there. They just didn't. She could have gotten so many other ways around this story without the blind cultist. In fact, there's a good portion of the book where they're not even mentioned, and the story flows so much better. Like, you can feel the struggle here. The aliens. You know, she spent so much time on cultists. I feel like she could have better employed that time and that energy into explaining the aliens. They're called the Slark. They have multiple arms and legs, and they make me think of skinny creatures from Land of the Lost. Maybe that's just my imagination, but when, like, she describes them, and they're always retreating. These creatures that invaded this planet, they're chicken shit. I don't understand it. Why would you invade a planet if you don't got the balls to invade the planet? Granted, we put an electromagnetic pulse out, but I mean, you think if you were stranded, you would rather try to eke out some kind of living conditions, maybe, or you would find a way to regroup and rebuild yourselves. But these creatures, they don't seem bright at all. They still try to conquer. You don't have the home ground. You're not in the upper hand. Your technology is dead. You have limited resources. No matter how you try to swing things, you have lost. So why they still attempt to attack on a regular basis in this story is beyond me. And what I want to know is why. What is their drive? What is their purpose for continuing to attack after they've clearly lost? Well, we're humans. We multiply like bunnies. I don't know how fast they reproduce, but apparently in this book they're asexual. So I feel like that could have been worked on a little bit more. So, yeah, that's why I'm like, I hate the blind cultists. There's a lot of betrayal in this book, which is cool. I think it's awesome. And apparently there's also lots of lesbian sex scenes in here. I'm not a lesbian, so I can't honestly say they're steamy. I can say that they are artfully done. They are romantic. They are well written and described. You know, if I swung that way, I'm pretty sure my snatch would be soaking wet, but I don't swing that way. So I can only say from a wannabe writer's standpoint, good job. I have no complaints about it. I don't know much about steampunk, so I can't really sit there and comment on the technology there. But seeing as there's so many different kinds of technology working in this story, I can't really say this is official steampunk. Just because there's too many references to other technologies here. And there's too many uses of other technology here. There's a broken toaster that clearly doesn't work on steam, doesn't work on fire. It's electric. It's definitely electric. There's... My mind just drew a complete and total blank. Sorry. I wish I could say what I was going to say, but I just went straight up blah. Alright, so I did enjoy this book. I enjoyed it enough to give it more than 1.5 thumbs up. I want to give it 1 3/4 just because I really could have done without the blind cultist. And my sci-fi geekifiedness, if that is such a word, demands more on the Slark. It just demands it. So that's why you get 1 3/4, which looks like this. Where is it? There. 1. Like that. Yeah, that's what 1.5 thumbs up looks like. So, Miss Cassandra Duffy, you do have a special place on my bookshelf for your book. I will keep my eye open for book 2 in the Raven Ladies series. It looks like it has something to do with Claudia, the whatchamacallit. Claudia was, yeah, yeah. Looks like it deals with Claudia, the French-Canadian sniper chick who is a badass in her own right. And apparently she has curly hair and blue eyes and she sings like a damn canary. I guess it's like beautiful, and she's got like the itchiest trigger finger in the world. So, cool beans to that. I will look out for it. Next week, we're going back to the trashy mass-produced romance novels. This is going to have more vampires because I love me some vampires. Once Burned by, there we go, Jeannie Frost. I'm not even going to go into that just because, you know, I already did a trashy mass-produced romance novel like last week or 2 weeks ago. But the week after that, it's looking pretty fucking good. We're going to go back into the 50 Shades series, so we're going to do it with the 50 Shades Darker after that. So anyway, alright, like I said, Miss Cassandra Duffy, 1 3/4 thumbs up, special place in the bookshelf. Guys, if you have a book you want me to read, send me an email at atia.towns@gmail.com. That's ATIYATOWNES@gmail.com. Or leave a comment on my blog, Remaking Me. Say it like it sounds, Remaking Me -AtiaTowns@blogspot.com. And I look forward to hearing and seeing and reading whatever comes across my Mac and in my mailbox or at the next independent bookstore I happen to stumble upon somewhere in San Diego. Alright, you guys, over and out! That was so fucking awkward. I don't know what's wrong with me. Cheers, people.